Yo, what's good, man? 6 months to start my camping encounters caught on camera. I already told, like, man, all that camping and all that, I ain't doing that. I don't even understand why people do that for, like, what y'all like about it? Going out in the middle of nowhere in the woods, like, that's mad creepy. That ain't creepy to y'all? Y'all be sleeping out there. Y'all don't know what's out there. Y'all think people be thinking ain't nothing out there. Yeah, you think that. Be beware people out there looking for people just like you who camp in the middle of nowhere. Let's see what they talking about though. Chilling scares. Well, I usually be watching Mr. Nightmare.
In April 2019, a YouTuber named Jason uploaded a video.
All these YouTubers, I noticed like when I watch it, it be mostly of these YouTubers. Like it's not worth it for content. You could do something else. Tripping.
His channel, Abbey Mountain Trekkers, in which he recorded footage of his solo overnight trip to the mountains. His channel is dedicated to all things outdoors, in which Jason frequently uploads videos of his adventures hiking, camping, and surviving in the woods. In this particular video, his hike up to the mountain is pretty uneventful, and as soon as he arrives at the campsite, Jason begins setting up his tent and shows his viewers how he starts a fire as the sun begins to set. As he waits for the day to end, he tries his luck at spoon carving, and this is when he reports hearing a strange sound coming from the top of one of the mountains.
Yo, get up out of there. We up out of there. As soon as we hear that song, I'm not even about to wait around. Like video over, all that over. We gonna have to do something else. The video probably not even gonna come on, or I'm gonna have to just upload what I got. It's over.
He writes it off as a bird or some other small animal.
Nah, you talking about this a bird? Let me see. Let me hear what it sounds like.
Continues setting up for the night. At about 9 o'clock, he turns his camera off to go to bed, but less than an hour later, he wakes up to a strange sound that he says he's never heard before in his life.
And you still about to
He
stay
mentions it sounded like some sort of guttural animal call, but because it came from pretty far away, he couldn't identify what it was.
I'm still rattled. I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Bro, leave. Why are you still talking to the camera? I'm talking about I'm still rattled. Hey, go to a different. Matter of fact, just stop camping.
Like a mix between almost like a pig, some kind of, I hate to even say it, but a pig, an ape, and...
You got any weapons on you? Like
how the velociraptors communicate with each other on Jurassic Park. I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Still shaken after the rude awakening, he tries to go back to bed, but just a few hours...
You about to try to sleep? How you feel comfortable just sleeping after hearing noises? I don't understand. Y'all different.
Later at around 1 a.m., he wakes up again to what he describes as the sound of something or someone circling his tent.
You just in there with no gun, alright? In the middle of the woods. You see talking?
Hear that?
Bro, this dude really talking to the camera, still making video. Like, bro, this is... Bro, put the camera down. Like, it's not no joke. Put the camera down. You don't know who out there.
Whatever it is, it sounded like there was 2 or 3 of them.
He's still talking.
It started.
He think this is a joke, huh?
My camp went around my perimeter.
If you look closely at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see the reflection of what appears to be 1 or 2 sets of eyes as he pans his flashlight over them. Although there are many animals with eyes that reflect light at night, based on the fiery white color of the reflection, it's very likely that Jason was being observed by wolves or coyotes. Dog's eyes will also give off a white reflection, but considering that it was around 1 a.m. when this happened, it's unlikely that a dog would be walking around in the mountains so close to his campsite.
Yeah, ain't no dog.
Coyote and wolf attacks on humans are rare, as both species tend to avoid human contact, but they can still become very aggressive if they feel threatened, especially if they have pups nearby. If this were the case, Jason would be in grave danger, but chillingly he doesn't even seem to notice the eyes watching him as he scans the area with his flashlight. Luckily he would...
They over there hunting you, you don't even know it. Oblivious. Too focused on the camera. Trying to talk to the camera.
to his tent and slept safely through the night. When he woke up the next morning, he recorded another update for his viewers, but he never mentioned the eyes that his camera had captured the night before, suggesting he might have never noticed. After this video, there were no additional updates on the incident.
Crazy for staying on
In
there.
2000.
Without a domain, your website is invisible. With hosting your domains, you are in business. Every website needs a good name.
In 2021, YouTuber Matt Fields spent the night in a dark cave.
Another YouTuber. All these about to be YouTubers. At least 5 of them.
In the middle of nowhere in Australia, after his friend told him about an unsettling experience he had in that cave and dared him to spend the night there alone. Australia.
Oh my god. What you think about to happen, bro? He said something. His man just told him, like, I went there and it was crazy. He about to go and try it.
In 2021, YouTuber Matt Fields spent the night in a dark cave in the middle of nowhere in Australia after his friend told him about an unsettling experience he had in that cave and dared him to spend the night there alone. Matt's channel is a bit more extreme than other outdoor exploration channels, and his videos often feature him leaving civilization behind and going to remote locations for days, living only off the fish he catches and the animals he hunts. In the video, he mentions that he didn't bring any water to the trip, hoping to find water to drink in the cave.
Like, he tripping.
After about 4 hours of walking, he finally finds the cave and climbs down the man-made ladder inside.
Hey, you go drink cave water, bro? That can't be good. Cave water? Like, nah, you don't know what's in there. You gonna get sick.
Venturing deeper inside the cave, Matt crawls into the different holes he finds to see if any of them lead anywhere. Around this time, he started hearing a couple of rocks falling near the entrance, and the sound of some sort of animal walking around. At one point in the video, he mentions he feels like he's being watched, and things get a little more disturbing at around 11 p.m. when he begins to eat his baked beans for dinner.
What you think gonna happen?
That is beautiful. Baked beans in a haunted cave. Oh my god.
Bro, you don't got no gun on you or nothing. Like, you plan doing this, like, knowing something creepy go happen, something go be down there, and you ain't got no type of gun on you or nothing. Crazy, like, I know he don't. I bet he don't.
That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that?
He just came with a backpack and some food, and some beans.
Full goosebumps. It's the chains moving when I climb down the ladder.
They can hear you talking too.
It's a big, heavy, thick chain. Wind can't move that. Holy.
When Matt recorded this video, it wasn't a windy night at all, and the fact that the chain is moving can only mean that there's someone or something down there with him.
Obviously.
That chain moved just then. It is 100% now. I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even fork up. Holy.
Yeah, they hear you talking. They about to come. Bro, that sound like somebody walking. Like, he talking mad. You think this is a joke or something? Like, why is you sitting there talking to the camera, bro? It's a person. Obviously a person. You know the wind can't move that chain. Like,
Look. You must have heard that descend.
yeah.
Look at my arms, dude. Oh, this. Okay. Well, I've got my backpack back on, and I'm booting on Advia. I just heard a sound. It's not normal. It's definitely not a normal sound, and I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
What? Bro, you been down there for 2 Oh my god. They be down there for that long? Like, is you crazy? And it took them so long to leave.
I checked in with you guys, so it would be around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that sound was not normal. I'm getting out of here.
After the creepy noises subside, he changes his mind about leaving the cave and decides to spend the rest of the night near the entrance.
Oh my god. Bro, you want to die, huh? You just want to. You just want to die. Basically. He said he changed his mind. He said I'm going to stay there.
A couple of hours later, he reported hearing hissing sounds that sounded like human voices, but after walking around the cave, he couldn't find anything that could be making those noises. Aside from big animals, the worst thing that could have happened to Matt is to have come across a
It look like his flashlight about to go out too. Why it's blinking like that? Y'all see that?
squatter living in the cave, although it's unclear why anyone would want to live down there. Fortunately, he made his way out of the cave safely as soon as the sun rose, and never went back to that cave again. Rhodey is a Rhodey is a channel dedicated to off-the-grid living, in which the uploader usually posts videos about what life is like living out of his truck and traveling around the country. The videos are usually pretty cool, with an emphasis on the beauty of nature and independent living. But this particular video is a bit more disturbing than the rest. In December 2017, Rhodey uploaded footage of an incident that took place earlier that year while he was car camping in a parking lot.
Car camping.
At around 1:30 a.m., a hooded man started walking around his truck and taking pictures of his license plates. Because the
Yeah, you must definitely go get robbed, bro. You outside at 1 o'clock in the morning in the parking lot? Like, come on, bro. You should know better than that.
The truck where the uploader was sleeping was pretty much pitch black. The man probably didn't see anyone in there and continued to suspiciously walk around the truck for several minutes, unaware that he was being recorded. After a while, the man makes his way to the side of the truck and tries to shine the flashlight inside, which is when the uploader decides to take action to protect himself and let the man know he's there. Immediately after the uploader bangs his fist on the inside of the truck, the suspicious man runs away. It's unclear what exactly he planned to do, but based on his behavior, it couldn't have been anything good, and he was probably planning a carjacking.
Obviously, he was trying to take the car. He looking around trying to see if somebody in there. Bro, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, you the only car in the parking lot.
Fortunately, the uploader was able to get away safely and spend the night elsewhere.
Lucky he ain't had no gun on him. Like, well, he probably did. I don't know. He easily could have robbed you if he wanted to.
Gary and Amica are a father-daughter duo from Scotland who make videos about their travels around Europe in their camper van. The videos are usually pretty wholesome and entertaining, but in this particular video, Gary and Amica had a pretty disturbing encounter. This footage was uploaded in March of 2023 during a trip to Tensmere Forest in North Fife, Scotland. As they were walking through the woods, Amica told her dad she heard voices somewhere near them, and after searching for a while, this is what they found.
We just stopped and had a look in these woods.
Whoa.
Look at how scary that is. Put the torch on.
Oh, nah.
He's even one on the ladders.
Get up out of there.
Lying on the ground. Is
What?
that
Falling over. Look at the one on the ladders going up the tree.
Oh, yeah. That's
What about the washing line over there to the left? Yeah, there. Keep it there.
That
It's
look,
weird.
that look real. Nah, son ain't right.
There's one over there. That is
Where's y'all at?
There's a doggy.
In addition to dozens of creepy mannequins dressed up in costumes, they came across some pretty unsettling paintings hanging outside the little cabin in the middle of the woods. I did some research and found several other channels that featured the strange cabin, but the only information I could find was that the mannequins and paintings were probably set up there at some point in 2021. It's unknown what exactly the purpose of all this is, but whoever set it up clearly went through a lot of trouble to make it as creepy as possible. As Gary and Amica make their way out of the woods, a car starts to approach them from the other side, and Gary
Yeah, somebody watch you. About to.
starts to get a little freaked out. Fortunately, they were able to make it back to the van without having to cross the car's path. As of this video's upload, there have been no further updates on the creepy discovery. In 2018, a YouTuber named John uploaded this video to his channel Lost Lake,
Another YouTuber. He's all about to be YouTubers.
in which he posts about his backcountry camping adventures in Canada. The video was taken at around 3:30 a.m. at a remote location west of Chapleau, Ontario, where, according to John, there was no cell phone signal.
No cell phone? Bro, what is wrong with you? Like, crazy. You going out in the middle of the woods with no cell phone signal. And you probably don't got no gun or nothing.
West of Chapleau, Ontario, where, according to John, there was no cell phone signal.
Well, I am living every solo camper's nightmare right now. there appears to be an animal of some kind pacing around my tent. It's the middle of the night. And then around 3:30,
How you know it's an
I
animal?
started to hear this pacing sound. And 45 minutes later, it's still just pacing around out there.
Considering he was camping in a remote location in the black bear capital of the world, it's very likely that there was a bear or some other large animal outside the tent. Although it's rare for bears to attack campers, it has been known to happen. Other animals such as moose or wildcats can also pose a threat to campers if they ever feel threatened or provoked, and in those cases, a feeble camping tent won't offer a lot of protection against an angry 600-pound animal. It's much more common for people to be harassed by other people than by animals, but in this case, the footsteps don't sound very human. To maintain sanity, John shows his viewers the things he brought along on his camping trip
What he
to
got
protect
wrong?
himself against animals, which include a hatchet, bear spray, and an air horn.
A hatchet, bear spray, and an air horn. That's it.
At the end of the video, he mentions his car is right outside the tent, but he can't find his key and probably left it in the car. But in the end, he slept through the night safely. He never found out what exactly was walking around his tent that night. Most campers will say they're more afraid of running into ill-intentioned people rather than aggressive animals on their camping trips, and this footage is the perfect example of why. Love Sundays is a channel run by a man named Sean who uploads videos of his solo camping adventures in the UK. In a video he uploaded in September 2022, he shows what happened one night when he camped on the side of the road in Cornwall. Technically, he wasn't supposed to be camping there due to parking regulations, so he made every effort possible to make it seem less obvious that he would be spending the night on the side of the road. Before the sun sets, he goes into his van and starts making dinner, making as little noise as possible to avoid unwanted attention. At around 9 p.m., he turns off the lights and goes to bed. Everything seems to be going just fine, but at around 2 a.m., Sean's night takes a pretty unsettling turn.
Knock on the window. Somebody trying. You don't know what they probably trying to steal it or something. They be thinking this is a joke, picking up the camera, talking about somebody else. Nah, this ain't. Why you recording for?
Okay, I think they've gone. They literally tried to get in the van. It wasn't just a knocking, they were trying the handle.
It's not uncommon for solo campers to be asked to move somewhere else in the middle of the night, especially when you're parked somewhere where you're not supposed to be. But in this case, it's highly unlikely that this was a police officer or some other person with the authority to tell him to move, as in these cases, they would almost always knock first and announce themselves verbally. Once they have your attention, they'll ask you to leave, but they won't just walk up to a van on the side of the road and start trying the door handle without announcing their intentions.
Yeah.
It's much more likely that someone was trying to break into Sean's van. Luckily, whoever was trying to break in left after only a few seconds, and Sean wasn't bothered by them again. These kinds of encounters can be extremely disturbing, but luckily Sean woke up the next morning unharmed and
But he stayed there. Crazy.
on his way to his next destination shortly after.
I don't got no survival skills. They be thinking everything a joke. Like,